Cool Whip fudge. Got my chocolate chips, I'm gonna melt them. Now when you're melting chocolate, you want to stir every 30 seconds so your chocolate doesn't burn, because microwave doesn't heat evenly. It'll have pockets where it gets hotter. And my bowl is pretty hot, so I'm just gonna push my chocolate up against the side of the bowl and let it sit for 2 or 3 minutes and melt, and then I'll see if I need to microwave it some more. But my bowl is pretty hot, so I'm gonna let that sit for 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, you can see my chocolate is almost all melted just from the heat on the side of the bowl. I'm going to stir it just a little bit more until it's totally melted. Oh man, it's almost there. I hate to microwave it. I'm gonna give it just a minute more. I think it'll be done. There we go. Now we're gonna add our powdered sugar. Well, it's not our powdered sugar. I guess it's my powdered sugar. So I'm going to add my powdered sugar. Not that it matters. Okay. This video is brought to you by our Dining on a Dime cookbook. We have quick and easy recipes your family will love to help you get in and out of the kitchen fast. Please visit us at livingonadime.com. Got my Cool Whip here. Now the recipe is for 1 tub of Cool Whip, but all I had was this big one. So I am going to just use half of it. Oh, yum. Oh no, there's a piece of chocolate. I must save the Cool Whip from the chocolate. Did you see that rescue mission I just did? Okay, so now I'm going to stir in my chocolate and powdered sugar. You know what? Man, that is really hard to mix. And I know you don't want to deflate your Cool Whip, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's just see what happens. Okay, that looks pretty yummy. Gotta admit. I know these test recipes can sometimes try people's patience, but you guys, I just like to experiment, and it's okay to experiment. Let's experiment together. Anybody know what movie that is a knockoff from? Let's experiment together. One of Mike's, I think it's Mike's favorite kids' Christmas movie. Okay. Okay, now this is a very stiff batter. But we'll see what happens. Ooh, I'm not gonna tell you what I think until I cut it. Okay, set this in the fridge and let it set up and then we'll cut it. Okay, I have Cool Whip fudge here. And I didn't get it all mixed. Okay, I would probably let this sit overnight, but it's okay. We're just gonna go for it. I'm gonna do bigger pieces. Okay, maybe that's a little too big of pieces. Here, we'll cut off the edge. This will be the dog biscuit. Okay, so, and here, I'll cut this off to make it all nice and pretty. And there we go. And there we go. And there we go. And cut those pieces off. Okay. Here we go. Okay, guys, this is really, really good. I would definitely try this recipe. Well, I had it in the fridge for about 3 hours, so I would definitely let it refrigerate overnight. But this is really good. You gotta make this one. This tastes like something really, really familiar, and I cannot for the life of me. Oh, chocolate mousse. I knew that's why I love this. Chocolate mousse. Oh, yum. Okay, I'm renaming this Cool Whip Chocolate Mousse Fudge. Yep, that's what it is. Oh, and I love chocolate mousse. Okay, this is really, really good. Yum. All right, store this in the freezer. It is very soft, okay? But it's just like a fluffy bit of chocolate mousse heaven. So it is definitely worth it. So I would put it kind of separated, one layer thick. And then I wouldn't, so I know I use the deli wrappers on all my fudge, but I would use plastic wrap on this one. And here's what I would do. I'd do one layer and then another layer. And then pull that over. And then another layer. And then I would probably, just to have it slide in and out of your bag easier, put one more layer over top. And then slide it into your bag like this. Store it in the freezer till Christmas. And then just pull it out and defrost and serve. I'm making chocolate Cool Whip peanut butter fudge mousse sort of stuff. I don't know, but I'm kind of making this one up as I go along. But my chocolate chips are melting and my bowl is hot, so I'm gonna let them sit along the side of the bowl to finish getting melted here. All right, and while that's happening, I got these cute little mini cupcake papers, and I'm going to use those. There, now they're all the same. So all my OCD people can handle it. There we go. Okay. Now, I may need more. Actually, I will probably need more. That doesn't look like it's gonna be enough. So I'm gonna take these ones and we'll put these down the center. Let's check our chocolate, see if our chocolate is getting, ooh, it is getting nice and melted. Okay, we're gonna stir that around. And then I've got my peanut butter here. I'm going to add peanut butter in. Yes, if you want to use the mixer, you can. It won't hurt anything. Okay, now how warm is this? It's still pretty warm. Oh, that's probably okay. Okay. It's 89. Probably should have it down to 70, but we're just gonna go for it because I'm Tara and I just go for it. Okay, got my Cool Whip. Stir that all around. right, I found this roll of piping bags for $1 at a garage sale. So I picked those up. I have been using them for quite a while. Well, 4 years to be exact. I'm still not through them all. Okay. So now we're going to put this in the piping bag. All right, going to get this pushed down, and I got all of my little mini cupcake holders. Okay, now if you have middle school boys or any boys, you could call these Christmas poops. But if you have girls, okay, so we're gonna add some sprinkles. Then, so some of these aren't quite such tall tops, we're gonna push them down so they're easier to handle. Then we're gonna set these in the fridge or the freezer and let them set up. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, here's my little Cool Whip turds. Okay, I'm gonna give it a try. Okay. Even though they look like little turds, these are really, really good. Oh my goodness. These are really delicious. This one's a 10 out of 10. Now, how I would store these is in the freezer. I would just put them in a freezer bag. I would probably put them on a plate. It would be easiest, but probably you don't have to, I guess, but I would just put them in a freezer bag and then just seal them up and leave it in there till Christmas. Oh, yum. I am making a cherry fudge. Now, I guess I wasn't recording. I have 1.5 bags of my vanilla white chocolate baking chips and 1 can of sweetened condensed milk in here. And I'm using my extra bag as a spoon rest here as I am microwaving. I am stirring every 30 seconds to 45 seconds. And getting my chocolate all melted so it'll mix in with my sweetened condensed milk. And this didn't take very long this time in my microwave. That looks great. All right, I'm going to add my pistachios. And I didn't cut up my cherries. I was gonna do that. This recipe is based off of my 2-ingredient fudge recipe in my Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 2, on page 2 something. Where'd it go? Page 315. Okay, I got my cherry fudge all ready to go here. It in. going to sprinkle pistachios all over top. And strategically place my cherries. All right, we're gonna set this in the refrigerator and let it set up, and then we'll come back and cut it. Ooh, that looks good. Make sure you push down everything into the fudge so that it doesn't fall out. Okay, I've got my pistachio fudge here. Okay, that looks gorgeous. Oh my goodness, wow. Then to freeze this, just put it on our plate. You can use saran wrap or wax paper or freezer paper, whatever you have. I happen to have these deli papers. And I'm just going to put it like this. One layer, and then the next layer. That one. Okay, and then put it all in a zip top bag and throw it in the freezer until Christmas. And we are ready to go. Peppermint nougat candy. Do you guys remember these candies? Oh my goodness. It's probably my favorite purchased Christmas candy, and I didn't know I could make my own. So, got my butter and my white chocolate, and I'm going to start these melting first. All right. Got our white chocolate started melting with my butter, and now marshmallows. Okay, dear. Show them the aftermath of doing cooking videos for 2 days.
Which part?
All of it.
Actually, we've cleaned it up quite a bit. This is a lot of it. See, we're able to shoot right here, and it looks like there's not all this stuff around here. But this is that. We've cleaned up quite a lot. We've got all this over here.
And then we have all this over here.
Lots and lots of candy
Over
and such.
here. And then the refrigerator is full, the freezer is full, the downstairs refrigerator is full.
But the dishes are almost done. That is kind of, yeah.
So you want to know what it's like behind the scenes the week before you leave for Thanksgiving? That's it.
Yeah. All the clutter you see is just from cooking videos, not from regular dishes or anything.
It's a good thing we had our Thanksgiving early and we've been eating leftovers, because there's no way I could have cooked. And what did I tell you, dear, just
You love me?
10 days ago about cooking videos?
Oh, yeah, she said, remind me never to do it again where I shoot more than 3 on the same day. So yesterday we shot for 9 hours. Well, actually, and some in the evening too. It smells amazing.
Shelf liner, keep your bowl from sliding. shoot.
I need more.
My bowl's still hot, so I'm gonna save the heat from the bowl. We'll finish it up here. Okay, I'm gonna do it just back a few more seconds. Peppermint flavoring, you want peppermint extract. Make sure it's pure peppermint extract. It's not gonna taste the same if you don't. They have the fake stuff, and the fake stuff is not as good.
It smells really delish.
I love the peppermint nougat. Absolutely love it. Ooh, look at that. Okay, this is kind of fun. My boys.
Don't be too delicate with those candies.
Huh?
Don't be too delicate with those
I
candies.
won't. My boys have been dying to eat the dots, and I'm like, no! So how many should I leave for them? I'll leave them that many, I guess.
Maybe since the boys are going on a road trip, us men can go stop and get and raid the candy department.
Aha! When mom's away, everybody raids the candy department, huh?
All the jelly candies we couldn't eat because they were going into recipes.
Yeah, you can eat them on the trip.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Maybe we could bring this stuff on the trip.
Oh, yum. Okay, sorry, it needs more. Sorry, boys. Love ya.
Don't worry, Dad will take care of them.
Children. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start plopping it in there. You guys, plop it all around so you don't have to spread it so far. It's rebelling.
Good workout.
It's something. These gloves still work the best.
For patting out the sticky candy?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it just works so much easier.
And spraying pure vegetable pan coating. So you got that at a garage sale?
Yeah, for $1, a restaurant was going out of business. Trying to tuck the ones that want to not get And what's the assimilated? Is that what Star Trek or Star Wars or Star somebody or another said?
Star Trek, yes.
Assimilate somebody or another.
Yeah.
I don't know who we're assimilating, but we're assimilating somebody. Okay. Oh, that smells so delicious. I can't wait. I love the peppermint nougat. Okay. Now we're going to let this get set up, probably an hour or so. Then we're going to cut it.
Looks like that super thick mozzarella cheese they put on some kinds of pizzas.
Easily is. Okay, our peppermint nougat has been setting up. Oh, man, I can't wait. I have to remember my new cutting technique. Center first and then in thirds. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is so cool.
That is really cool.
Okay, here we go. Okay, I would use 2 capfuls of peppermint extract instead of 1. But that's still really good. Oh man, I love peppermint candy. Okay, so I'm gonna recycle my paper here. And what I'm gonna do is for things like nougat, you can freeze it just fine. But what you want to do is put paper in between, because if you don't, then it will stick to each other, okay? And so probably, well, I did this wrong. The easiest way to do it actually is in your freezer bag already. Oh, well, that actually fit in pretty well. Okay, so there we go. We got our first layer. And now put the second. Also, this would be easier in a tin too. Well, good grief. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to layer and layer and layer. And my family wants to eat the rest of it, so just push the air out, seal it, and throw it in the freezer, and then just pull it out and set it on your tray for Christmas, and it will be nice and fresh. I am making turtle candies. Now, this is an adaptation from my original recipe in my Dying on Dime Volume 1. What I'm gonna do is I saw this, I thought, well, that sounds kind of cool, so I'm gonna take my chopped pecans. I'm just gonna put them all over my tray. Just a layer thick, okay? Now, I'm gonna take my caramel, not to be confused with caramel. I had just a few left. So, what I'm gonna do, oh dear, why do I always do that? Oh well, gotta eat those ones. Okay, so now I'm going to, how do you melt this? Okay, so I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of water in here. Okay, I've got 2 tablespoons of water, and I'm gonna throw this in the microwave and get it melted. All right, got my caramel all melted almost, mostly. Okay. Yeah. You can put this in a piping bag, but I think I'm just gonna dollop. Let's see, can I dollop correctly? Oh, that's working pretty good actually. Okay, now the question is, can I just put the mini chocolate chips on top and it'll melt on the, I don't know if that'll work, or do I need to melt my chocolate chips? That is the question. Let's see. I'll keep dolloping and then I'll let you know which one works better. Okay, so let me see if my chocolate chips, ooh, they did melt. Well, there you go. Well, that worked pretty handy. These ones might have cooled off too soon, but give it a try and see. If not, what I could do is just stick them in the oven for just a couple of minutes. This recipe is in my Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 1, on page 334. This is the original recipe that I adapted it from. Now, this might not be such a great idea if you're reusing your chocolate, or I mean your pecans. If you don't want chocolate in your pecans. But if you do want chocolate in your pecans, then that would be okay. Or you could use your chocolate and your pecans that fell, or your chocolate that your pecans fell in here, and make chocolate fudge. That's maybe what I'm gonna do. Ooh, I think I'm gonna do that. That's a great idea. See, sometimes my brilliant ideas amaze myself. Right, BJ? Do your mother's brilliant ideas amaze you some days?
Yeah.
Or whatever, Mom. If you want to say so. Sit for just a minute and then I'll spread the rest. What do you mean? My brilliant ideas aren't so brilliant? All right, so that worked pretty well. Just let the first ones, what I would do is as I do each row, put the chocolate chips on and then let them melt. And then at the end, just start over here and work your way around. Wow, I'm pretty impressed. Okay, I'm gonna let these set up and then I'm going to show you how to freeze them. Here are my turtles. Oh my goodness, I love this new thing that I invented here. Never seen anybody do this with just putting the chocolates on top and then spreading it. That is so much easier. Guys, the majority of my recipes really are super easy. Why? Because I'm actually a really lazy cook, believe it or not. Oh my goodness, how delicious. Then in the next video, I'm gonna show you the turtle fudge I'm gonna make with these leftovers. All right, now to store these turtles, I'm going to just put them in my freezer bag. Now, you do not have to freeze these. You can if you want, but these can just sit out on the counter until Christmas, sealed up. But if you want to freeze them, just throw them in the freezer just like that. I am making chocolate covered pretzels today. This is a great recipe to freeze ahead of time. Now, I got this cute little chocolate dipping pot at the thrift store and I thought, ooh, I'm gonna try that. There's $1 at my thrift store. And I like that. So, let's see. Ooh, I think that's gonna be good. Now, I think I want my chocolate just a bit thinner. So I'm gonna put a little bit of shortening in. If you want to use coconut oil to thin it, you can. You can use whatever you would like. Let's get that stirred around. It's on warm. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, this is a great make-ahead Christmas candy. You can put it in the freezer or just leave it on the counter if you want. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, getting whole pretzels. Put it in there. This recipe is in my Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 1, on page 327. Okay, now, just so that my chocolate doesn't set up, I'm going to put my sprinkles every few dippings here. All right, we're gonna let these set up. You can let them set up in the freezer or the fridge for a few minutes if you want, or just on the countertop. All right, here are my pretzels. Oh my goodness. I absolutely love these. Now, if you want to freeze your pretzels, it's like super easy. Just take a freezer bag and put them all in here. Now, if you want to freeze them, you can. It does not soften the pretzels, but I just leave mine on the counter and they are ready to go at Christmas. I make these up a few weeks ahead of time and just keep them in the pantry. Now, what I love, I've used this 3 times since I've had it so far. What I love about this is you don't have to clean this out every time. So let's say you're doing 3 or 4 days worth of chocolate dipping. Start with the chocolates. Start with the candies that don't have as much flavor in the base. So like your pretzels, your nougats, your vanilla bonbons, those kinds of things. And then work your way up to different flavors with things like peanut butter at the end so that the flavors don't get in your chocolate. But I'm gonna save this and just put a little bit of foil on top and then remelt it when I'm ready to go for my next chocolate dipping. I am making 4 ingredient homemade toffee. Now this one is almond. Normally I use walnuts on the bottom, but you're gonna take your 8x8 pan, put a layer of nuts. This one's almond. Then we're going to take our pan and we're going to melt our butter on medium heat so it doesn't burn, and add our, perfect, brown sugar. Make sure it's packed. Brown sugar, always in recipes, make sure your brown sugar is packed. So smash it in there really good. Okay, we're gonna bring this to a boil and then turn it on low and let it boil for 7 minutes. Getting it all mixed together there. Turn my heat down, my timer. All right, there we go. We're gonna let it boil. Now, one thing, you don't need to stir it. As long as it's on low, it should be fine. But if you think it's starting to burn, so you can smell it starting to burn. If you think it's starting to burn, just take it immediately off the heat and go ahead and pour it in your pan. But so far we're doing great. All right, got 10 seconds left. This is what it looks like. Oh my goodness, that's so delicious. This is my favorite candy. Well, peanut butter brittle is too. Okay, now at high altitude, you may need to go another 30 seconds, but I'm right on the line, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour it. This recipe is in my Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 1, on page 340 right here. It is on sale right now. The link is in the description below. You'll want your pan on a hot pad because it will burn your counter because it's super hot. Oh my goodness, this is like toffee perfection. I absolutely love toffee. Then just spread it around, just like so. Now be careful, this is super hot. This is one you don't want the kids underfoot when you're making it. They could be on the other side watching mom or grandma, but you don't want them underfoot because it is super, super hot. Okay, now we're gonna let this set up, but we need to put our chocolate chips on top. Now I prefer the mini ones because they melt quicker. You don't have to. You can use whichever flavor you want. You can use milk, dark. I like semi-sweet. Now, I don't think Mom and Grandma did this step, but I put a cookie sheet on top, hello, because I think it helps hold in the heat and melt the chocolate chips. So we're gonna let that sit about 2 or 3 minutes and then we're gonna spread our chocolate chips. All right, it's been a couple of minutes. Look at how nice that just smooths out, just like so. Okay, we're gonna let this set up in the refrigerator, freezer, or just on the counter, and then we will break it up and I'll show you how to freeze it. Got my toffee here. Now I loosen the edges, and I should have put the parchment paper in, but it's okay. I just go through, I already did it once with the knife, but this is a little bit better. Okay, and then sometimes it'll just pop out, and of course today it won't. Now, I'm at high altitude for some things, and at other things I'm not. So we'll see if I have only made toffee in this house like twice or 3 times, so I don't know if I need to do high altitude or not. Okay. There we go. Oh, yum. Look at that. Oh my goodness, that looks delicious. Okay, now normally I would just break this, but I can feel that it didn't quite set up. So probably for me at this house, I need to go and do another 30 seconds, but that's okay. It's nice and tasty. We'll just do squares. Oh my goodness, is this like almond roca? Oh, yum! Yes, it is. All right. To freeze this, all you gotta do is put it in your bag, and then just throw it in the freezer until Christmas. Get all sealed up, and there you go. Oh, yum.